No, leave me alone. Don't fight. Da, da, da. Yeah, okay. So maybe I'm playing with figs. Davidson's here, our first one here. He's not joining us tonight, though, because, you know, it's apparently a triple anniversary. First time they dated, moved in together, got married all on the same day. My daughter's birthday as well, May 31st. So congratulations, David. Um, welcome. Thank you for watching. Shouldn't you be doing some stuff with your wife? We won't go into what that is, but shouldn't you? Anyway. And Sylvana's here as well. Hello, Sylvana. Nice for you to join us. It might just be me tonight, and that's okay because I don't know. Just it's okay. I haven't done a solo one for a little while, so you know, I'll try not to drop my drink. I've got a piece tea tonight. I've been building armies for the past day and a bit. Case in point, I got my bricks and pieces order in for these nights. Ooh, for these nights here. So I got what is this? This is the 18 of these. Yeah, 18 of these guys, and then 17 of the other one. This one has an extra guy I added at the front, but so 17 of there's one pattern here that's different than the other one. And this is a knight that I got at a Bricks and Pieces. It's a custom knight, but based on the shield, and well, I mean, it's obviously for the Crusader Lion Knights type thing. So I thought blue shield, he can be one of the sword guys. So I'm slowly building my army, which means I have to place another order. I've got an order for. I placed a Bricklink order to get some battle axes because I don't have enough dark gray battle axes. So I ordered. Well, I only needed 3, but I ended up ordering like 20. Anyways, Eric Seth, hello, welcome. Bonnie, hello. Good evening. Can't wait to see you guys in Chicago/Mississauga. Sylvain, hello. Putting the youngest one to bed. Just came back from the restaurant. I'm assuming you had that Benny & Co. for chicken because apparently that's the best. Probably not. On your anniversary, I don't think you go for chicken, but maybe you did. I don't know. Where'd you go? Eric Seth, thank you. Cool Army. Brian, hello. So that's part of my army. I'm also, as I started that, I have some figs here that are like older figs that I got at a Bricks and Minifig one time when I was on my way to Atlanta. Yeah, I said that right. I got the right city this time. On my way to Atlanta, so I picked up some figs there. So some of them have the new shields, like the 4 holding shields. Those are the newer shields. I'm not sure what I'm doing with those guys yet. It's kind of my riffraff leftovers. I also picked up, let's see if I can do this, 4 of those guys. These are the Lion Knights. I picked up 4 of those when I was at that store. And this is another one of those custom, I'm just moving forward here, another one of those custom knights that it's kind of cool. They just have like just like a cape that goes on the front type thing that gives them that livery. It's not a cape, it doesn't bend outwards, but it's just like a flat panel that goes in front to give them the livery so they don't have to print on the figs. And then it's got some arm pauldron things and some shoulder bits. Actually, this one doesn't have the shoulder bits, but the other guy did. So normally I wouldn't put custom figs in, but I bought these. They're like $6 or $7 a piece. Yeah, like just the shoulder pauldrons on that guy. And he also has a piece of plastic on his front that has that torso print on it. So it's just a regular red minifig underneath. And I'll show you some of the other ones I got a while ago. I think I showed these previously, but like I said, army building. I've got like a little tray of individual bits and pieces that I've been trying to store and collect as I'm going. I still have my orcs that I bought, the few orcs that I have, 5 orcs, which is more than enough. And then these are Dragon Knights. The 2 back ones, again, came from that Bricks and Minifigs when I last visited. And this front one is another custom one. But, you know, same logo, same torso, so therefore he's part of that faction. And then last but not least, third last but not least, way too many different groups of guys here. I've got the Black Falcons that have that pattern on their back. So those are the ones that were only available at Bricks and Minifigs I have a small army of about 40 of them, so I'm slowly building those guys up. I've got my Black Falconers, and then those are the other custom figs I have. I really would love Lego to do an actual Crusaders line, but considering they're Holy Knights, I could see why they might not. But I would love Crusaders. Part of that order I got, which I now don't really have to talk about it, I also ordered like 10-ish of each of the peon torsos, of each of the villager torsos, and some hats. So I got to build those guys still. And lastly, the crown, the old like yellow castle crown knights. The girl, I basically disassembled her. So out of the 11 figs I have, I can make 22 soldiers. So I'll do some with swords, some with 3 or 4 with swords, a bunch with spears, and then I forget what I was going to do with these guys on the side. Those were the spear ones, swords, and then I was going to do something else with the other ones, but I can't remember. Bows, maybe bowman. I don't know. Anyway, I'm working on that, trying to get it all done. Having to place a new bricks and pieces order in order to do that, to get it. But anyway, Shazam is here as well. Okay. Oh, Casa Greek, a Greek restaurant chain. Cool. Shazam, welcome. Shaz and Shazam. All bricks count just turned into a young lad. He's no longer a man because he said Shazam, or he just turned into a man because he said Shazam. Anyway, Axelplate, hello. Goeiedag. And Bonnie looking forward to Chicago, but nervous on how many people. Yeah, 1,500 people is a lot. The big thing is with Chicago, you can just walk out. Like you can just go to your hotel room. You don't have to be there on the public days. And as long as you have a place to sit in the back, it's probably not too bad. So yeah. And my order also finally came in yesterday. Fortunately, the bag was not sealed properly, so pieces ended up everywhere in the box and in the packing paper. But the question is, did you lose any parts, or did they just, like, the box wasn't damaged, just the bag opened up, hopefully, because losing parts would suck. So yeah. Oh, and I still also pulled out my extra Prince John and Robin Hood. They'll go into the castle as well. So my castle isn't going to Chicago, it's going to Toronto, so I still have another month and a half. So I figure if I place an order, probably tomorrow, I think I'm just trying to get final numbers on what I need. If I can place that order tomorrow, then or early next week, I'll have it plenty of time for Chicago, which will be good for Toronto, which will be good. I also, let's see, where else can we go? I also purchased. I was at my Walmart the other day. It was my daughter's birthday today. So I was grabbing a card, and I noticed that they had the new Ninjago sets a little early. So this is the $16-ish spinner thingy with these balls. It also comes with a little stand to put one of the balls on. A little robot as target practice, which is kind of cool. It's kind of neat to see little robots again. And then the ball, which the ones that are on the spinner are trans orange, but this is basically what the ball looks like. It's an outer clear coat with an inner shape on it, and they're not open. You can't open it. It's one piece. It doesn't rattle or anything. So yeah, I bought a package of balls because because of this. He knew I wanted to say it, or I knew he wanted me to say it. So I bought that little kit. I bought my daughter the Nia one because she's a big Nia fan. So she built it, and she's like, I don't really get what you're supposed to do with it. And I'm like, neither do I, but I got it really for the fig for her because she loves Nia from Ninjago. So, I got her some money and stuff too, so she made some bank. And last week I actually ordered. I've had to order some. I spent $25 and got the Harry Potter owl set, and that was for some transparent blue pieces, the transparent quarters here. I needed some of them for the castle, and so this was a cheap way to get it. Well, not a cheap way to get it, but a way to get 20 of them easily. Plus, it also comes with a bunch of light gray and some, like, it's more non sort of I'm looking for more not the a better palette of parts. It's not as pastel-y, shall we say. Yeah, sorry, dropped something. I want to pick that up. So I thought it was a decent palette, and I have some of the dot stuff. So yep. Dave, it's funny because last week you called me out on after the chat on the Facebook post I posted. It's also on the description of last week's YouTube episode, where you called me out because I made jokes about Dave was getting ready. Dave was getting ready to for his show in Quebec last week, or in Montreal, and he was building lots of helicopters for his show because we know he loves helicopters because he's said it to us many times and stuff. So he ended up calling me out on it afterwards, which I thought was funny because I've been putting little comments like that in some of the chats for a while now. Not in everyone, but every once in a while I'll poke fun at one of the Daves or something. But yeah, he called me out on it. I thought it was just kind of funny. I just wanted to call him out on that. That he got me. Anyway, also let's see what else. Last week, Dave Sincere, they did their 2 tons of bricks. I'm doing it in English just because I would probably bastardize the French event, and they had that I think in an arena in I believe it was like the south end of Montreal, I believe, from what I remember seeing, southeast end, something like that. So it seems like that one went well. He can give us an update of it next week when he's not, when he's not whining and dining his wife. Well, he's already wined and dined her. When he's not enjoying the time with his wife. Mr. Cowdice was also at the Toralug event at Anime North in Toronto. That was over in the Congress Center near the airport. I wanted to get to it. I didn't have a chance to. I wanted to get some building done, and it was a 2-hour drive just to get there and to do that in a yeah, it was close. South Shore, Montreal. I said South Side. Anyway, I just didn't get a chance to get out there. Like I said, I really wanted to. I'm going to make it a goal next year to show up. One of the things is I would love to bring my castle, but it's a Friday setup and then Saturday, Sunday show. So I have to see if I can actually get the castle set up in a day. If I could, and I mean the show starts at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, I think, on the Friday. So really it's an 8 or 9 hour setup. So if I could actually get it set up in time, then maybe I would. If not, I can bring other stuff. I've got other stuff to show that I could bring. But so hopefully next year I can make that. I also I learned about it a little too late, and I thought this was the one there's another one I think that happens in Newmarket, I think, which is closer to me. And I thought that was that show, and I was missing that one. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But again, with having Chicago next month, well, Chicago, I guess in 14-ish days I leave. Chicago in 14 days, Toronto in July 20th, sorry, and then Montreal in September, late September. Oh, I booked my hotel room tonight or today for Montreal as well. I called them up, the Holiday Inn, which is close by to the event. I called them up and gave them my registration, or said I was with Brickhamany, and they had a deal that David was telling us about previously. And apparently she said, "Oh, it says it's only valid for Friday, Saturday." And I'm like, "Oh, well, we're there for the whole week, pretty much. Like I'm booking from Wednesday to Monday." So I got that rate for the whole time, $169 for 2 queens. And if Cowdice needs, I got an extra space in case Dave wants to join, or if he gets a room with his work, because he might do some work down there while he's there, then we'll figure that out at the time. There was a 21-day cancellation period though, so obviously I'm going to have to know by the end of July for sure what's going on. Actually, a little bit before there, I guess, somewhere in that range. For Comini, I'm just no, I don't want to leave this site. Hold on, let me just open up a new tab here. For Comini was the September 21st. Yeah, so basically the last day of June, I need to give them my a cancellation. Otherwise, you basically pay the full amount for the entire event, the entire trip if you cancel. So you might as well go at that point. Anyways, we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, so I got that. So basically, I've now got all my hotels booked. I've got all my shows paid for the year, and I'm going to be rooming in Chicago with Dana as well. Dana's roommate fell through due to operations and recovering from them. So Dana contacted me yesterday. So him and I are sharing a room, so that now reduces the cost of that room, which is nice. Saves me some money. Ironically, my helicopters are making a comeback. We're doing a new Hashima-like group project over at Kaluk. Ooh, and one of my queues will have a heliport with some of my helicopters. Of course it will. Helicopters make sense in a thing like that because they're vertical takeoff. You don't need runways. Who needs runways? Hey, everybody. Jeff, welcome. No, 21-day leads into the end of August. No, I'm saying that Brickamany starts on the 21st of July. Sorry, September. You're right. August. Ha, ha. Sorry, I'm thinking July in my head. So yeah, I have till August 30th ish, August 28th, August 30th ish to back out of that one. So yeah, I will be doing union work on the first day of Brickworld. What does that mean? You're not coming to Brickworld on the first day? You're gonna be coming a little later? Or are you gonna be working there as part of the union? Because I know you guys do security. I don't know. Explain, Bonnie, please. Because I'm concerned. I'm not concerned. I'm interested. So yeah, I got that. I'll quickly hopefully it won't back out. Oh, I'm not going to back out. It's more just if Cowdice has a room and he says, "Hey, come room with me," or if I can't, like if that's something like that happens, then I'll back out of the room before August. So I now have a just something I have to pay attention to. Anyway, and worst case scenario, I can always see if someone else wants to room in the same room with me if Dave has a pass something. We'll see. Anyway, meeting from 9 to 4 and then coming over. So is it a dial-in meeting? Like, are you going to be in Chicago attending that meeting online type thing and then coming to the event? Or are you leaving after 4 to come to Chicago from your area of Ontario? Anyway, interesting. Let's pull this guy back up here. We're going to be talking, I never really actually introduced, we're chat 116 talking about Marvel, DC, and Lego ideas. Not a lot of news this week. Mainly the Marvel sets coming out. So that's a bit of news. But what I did want to jump into was, yeah, in the hotel on Zoom. Okay, good. So that means you guys are coming in the night before. Can we? Yes, new sets are available June 1st at, well, it's probably at midnight June 1st. It's probably going to be, the site's going to be down. So there's only one set I'm tempted to order for June 1st. And that will be the little Land Rover mini car, I think. Just if I'm pasting a bricks and pieces order, I'm going to probably just throw that into the order anyhow. I'm not planning to buy anything big because double VIP points is coming up. And ideally, for the bricks and pieces order, I should probably wait for that double VIP points as well. But yeah, exactly. Site will crash. Totally. Usually does. But the double VIP points, I want to get my order for bricks and pieces in so I know for sure I'm going to have the parts for Toronto in July for the bricks and the 6 in July. So yeah. But what I did want to show was castle progress because castles progress and stuff. So I just have to scroll down to the actual part that's new because last time, sorry if I just made everybody sick. Last time we were here. Oh, you know what? That doesn't work. Let's flip that around. Last time I was here. This was when was this? March 31st, May 20th. This is May 17th. So yeah, that's about the last time I think we did an update. I might be wrong. No, you know what? I am wrong. Because I think we covered off some of these. Yeah, because I think I remember talking about putting the styrofoam down and starting to build that. Okay. What's this one? May 23rd. That's about right. I think 24th or 25th. I don't know what that text was. Anyway. I finished water. Anyway, okay. So over the weekend, I started working on the next module, which originally was going to be this grassy knoll area coming down with a cart trail, and that would feed off of this existing trail here. And honestly, I didn't like it because of the fact that the space that is going to have to come down, like the amount of real estate taken up by this ramp and the fact that it's coming down a hill, it was getting annoying. And also, I forgot that I had actually to increase the height of this hill over here as well. So this whole thing would change. So I originally didn't build it that way. Ended up having to go back to the drawing board. I rebuilt this module numerous times. So here's like the version 2.0 of that with the water down below. So you can see it kind of joins in. Again, it wasn't connecting. Hadn't built the other part up top here. But what I didn't like about it, I mean, I had the rise, like I had what I needed. I had the rise up on the side here, but with the way the grass was, it's like I can't put anything on there really. I wanted to put like a market or do something. So it just wasn't working. So what I ended up doing, I was chatting with my sister about it, and that's why I've taken multiple pictures to kind of give an idea of what was going on. And my sister, who is a little brilliant woman, she's like, well, why is there a path here and a path over here? Why is that? And I'm like, well, because there's stairs here, because that's the main road here, and this was a cart trail, so it made sense to me to have the carts come down the hill here and then come in here so that they can load, because you can't drive a cart downstairs. And then my theory was that this trail here would then curve and go over a lake or go over the river, and this will be a boathead, or this will be a mill. So it'll have a water wheel on the side, and this is the path of the water. That's why those base plates are laid out. And then she said, well, why is that not a ramp right here? And I was like, well, because it's stairs. That's why. Anyway, so we started talking about it. We were talking about the height difference and stuff, and I wasn't sure if a ramp would work, but then I tried it, and the ramp kind of works. Still not 100% sure on the tiling here. I don't have enough tiles right now to go all the way up, although I probably should order some tiles because I'm placing an order anyhow. I don't think I want this all to be stone, but I don't know if I should make it stone part way up or just have the stone end here. I'm not really sure. So any input on the chat would be great because I'm still not sure there. But that by changing that ramp here, then I was able to just wall off this hill. So basically have this hill climb up and just have it slowly, it's slowly going up a plate at a time, but it's offset. So it looks like more like a rolling pasture. But again, can't really build much on there. So it was like, arg. So this is rebuild number 3 on the weekend. And then it was like, you know what, chatted with my sister again, it's like, you know what, I'm cutting that hill off, putting up a retaining wall, and then creating another platform here where there's the sand, where there's the walkway, and another couple of buildings will be set in place here. So now I have more of a warehouse area. I can do like one of the buildings up front here can be, one of the buildings in the front here can be stuff like, I'm trying to think what the words are in my brain. This can be like a storage area or an inn or something like that. Or I've got other buildings that can go over here to build. So I still have to build all these buildings, of course, but anyway. So this is kind of where I am right now. But wait, I did do some more work on it. And I'll get to that quickly. So then I started looking at the next module, which I didn't build the top one, I just built the bottom one. But in this one, I'm going to start working into the rock face here. So I think what I'll do is a little bit of a hill here to kind of make it look like this trail was kind of cut out of the rock. So I might do some more rock in here, but I'm iffy about that because, again, I don't want to lose a lot of space for real estate. So then on Sunday, I believe this was the Sunday, let's see. This was the May 28th, yeah, Sunday. I started building the next water section. I put a little bit of, so this is basically water level to the lake. So this is a little drop of about a brick here, just to, again, raise the water up so that when I do put a water wheel in, it will be underwater. And then I started playing with the idea of a bridge. Realized that brown bridges, definitely not the best choice. Just doesn't look right. It's not the right arch size. So I switched that out with a light gray bridge and took this picture sideways for some reason. And then continued to work. So here's the path. I've built up the grass along it to make it kind of look natural. Part of me is worried that this looks too much like a modern day thing because I have retaining walls and things. But it's the only way I can think of to kind of keep the levels of the layout proper, nicely laid out, so that I have more room to actually put in scenery and put in, like put in buildings and stuff like that. So, and I mean, if buildings are along this wall, you're not going to really see the retaining wall anyhow, at least there. And this one to me would make sense because it is a walkway, and we don't want a sharp drop there, I think. But yeah, that's as far as I got. I haven't done any more buildings since then because I've had some work to take care of. But there's that one. Oh, my minifigs that came in. I guess we don't really need to share that because I already shared all the parts. I did. Oh, and I originally placed that order for the minifigs to get these 3-round tiles, 3-round macaroni tiles, in order to do my name tag, which is not up there right now because I brought them upstairs to build 3 of them. Just my VW bricks with the Instagram, Flickr, and YouTube logo on it that I'll have at the show, so that if people are interested in following me, they can follow me using that, or they know who to follow. And then I sent this picture to my family because my brother had the original yellow castle. My brother and sister had the original yellow castle. And so I was like, hey, do you remember these shields? And neither of them really clued in. My sister said she recognized this one. So I originally, I'd sent them this picture. I'm like, hey, do you remember? Anyway, hey, do you remember these 3 shields here? And my sister said, I kind of remember the purple one, but I don't know. And then I was like, it was from the original castle, sent them a picture of the castle and stuff. So just trying to relive old memories because I inherited that castle from them, so I got all the old ones. And obviously, this is me building it. The other thing I did was I fixed one of the classics. Well, I took pictures of all the classic space figs in my mosaic because the colors are wrong. Janie pointed out yellow is right, but Janie pointed out that the brightest color obviously is in the helmet here at the front, but then it should go bright to less bright to darker type thing. So like these 2 colors need to switch. On black, the lighter gray should be in the center and it should fade out because that's where the sun is shining. It's bouncing off their foreheads, which makes total sense. And I just didn't realize it when I did it, because when I did it digitally, I'm using like some of this is transparent, at least in the pink. This is trans pink in here, but because of the coloring or because of the black base behind it, it's darker than it should be. If it was on white, it would probably look okay. So it was just an error with how I had done it, and I just didn't have the parts to fix it. So part of the other reason I'm doing a bricks and pieces order is I'm ordering a bunch of extra dots for the characters that are wrong, which is basically, most of these. Even blue needs a bit of fixing. Orange is right. Purple needs fixing. White is obviously the original. Gray, I've flipped around already. A gray originally had the transparent gray inside, the trans black inside, and then it was trans clear inside, and then lighter gray on the outside. So I switched those 2 colors, but there's still a blend in here that isn't right. So we're going to fix that one up. And then red as well. Red doesn't look quite right. So this will be like this for Chicago, but for Brickman and Bricks in the Six, hopefully it'll be rectified. I'm going to actually pick Janie up on my way home from Chicago, and she's going to stay with me for a week, and she'll be my slave labor. I help her sort. She can help me fix my color issues. That's weird. I don't know how I got into that one. Anyway. That's why. And also this week I filled in all the rest of the space area, like the sky, because I never had enough dots. So I'd ordered them. I bought a blue cup of pick brick, the dark blue large pick a brick cup of the dark blue tiles, and I ordered some black ones. So I filled all that in. I did just find another tile that I'm going to switch some of the planets out, but I'm not going to talk about that because I think that'll be a little surprise. Anyway, okay, that's done. That is set news, which really should be there. Is that it? That's that. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into the news. This is where like Dave would be like do 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 do, and then we'd have things like tangents or no, not tangents, like things at the bottom that would be like no, not that one. This week in the news. Anyway, or we could always do rain. Anyway, okay. So in the news, Lego ideas. We kind of start with ideas. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. I thought it was already 200%. There, that way gets rid of the ads. So drink moment. Oh, Axel, hello. if you make a medieval set with gray stones, a wooden bridge wouldn't look so well. Yeah. So I was thinking too, it does look better all gray. It just looks very advanced, I guess. But I mean, people in that time were great at using stone to make things. So anyway, so Lego ideas. We're now into the new rounds of 4 months. So there's what 3 or 4 new idea sets that got qualified this month or so far this week. The first one is a Shrek set. We've already had 2 qualify last quarter, last 3 month, 4 month period. So there's another one that has now entered the rank. Of course, it'll be judged separately, which is the Shrek set from Pedro Ruzimex, which is a decent looking Shrek set. Got a big Shrek mega figure and a minifigure version as well. All brick, well, not brick built. This is looks like a Hulk body type thing with a bit of brick work on top or something. Oh no, it's the Hulk arms with the brick built body, or the large figure arms, the brick built body. Anyways, and donkey is a dog in this case. Obviously, it would be a donkey in the real set, but that looks like a dog at the moment. So, but yeah. Oh no, that's not a dog. That's the big bag of wolf. Okay, so hold on here. Not making a comment, but donkey should be included in these sets. But we have Puss in Boots, Fiona, the Big Bad Wolf, the Gingerbread Man, and the dude carrying him. I can't remember who that is. Little Pig, Pinocchio, Puss in Boots, Gingy, Blind Mice, and Donkey. Oh yeah, that is supposed to be the donkey. Okay, and there's the blind mice off to the side. Anyway, so this one joins the list of other ones. Next up, another idea set. This is Asterix and Obelix. I'm not really sure what this is based on. It's by Ganpat the Celt. It's the latest project to reach 10,000, obviously. It's an updated version of a previous project that also hit 10K but wasn't approved, and it's based on the comic series. Okay. So it hit 10K last time, it wasn't approved. They're trying it again, which they're allowed to do, so why not? Last up, possibly the last one. I think there might be one more. I can't remember. Is another Venice one. Now we've had a Venice one that hit 10,000 in the past. It didn't get selected, but it did go to the Lego Bricklink Designer Program. Thank you, Axel, for that. Very famous Franco-Belgian comic. Very funny. Cool. So it went to the Bricklink Designer Program. It was a much bigger set, a lot more expensive. Axel already told us that, Dave, but thank you. So this is another version or a new Venice set. Sorry, I scrolled up to make sure I did get the right city name because reading those comments threw me off. Please continue to comment. It just threw me off for some reason. So I'm liking the architecture in some of these buildings. The idea of the horns here to make these nice arch shapes in here is pretty cool. And of course, lots of bridges, lots of arches and stuff. So interesting design. So this is by Lego Verwatch. It's about 2,900 pieces, 3 buildings on top of a waterway along with a gondolier. And there's actually a really nice, a nice design, an interesting design for the roof. I don't know if it's nice. Looking at it from this direction, it looks perfectly fine. Looking at it from topside, it's kind of a little chunky, but it's hard to do that with all the rounded bricks like that. But at the same time, that's the style of roofs that they have. Obviously, they're joined better in the middle in real life, but anyways, it's a cool looking little design. And they're all playable on the inside, which is fun, including the little underwater or the little water garage here, which is common in Venice as well. How else are you going to steal safes to drop them underwater to take a boat out of this? Oh, sorry, that's a movie. Really good movie. But anyways, and then yes, there was one more. Lego Ideals Stilt House achieves 10,000 supporters. So this is kind of a fishing nautical type building, building up on stilts in case the water rises. By Norton 74. Features a house built on the sea. And includes a dock along with a fishing machine. I guess that's this net. Is that the fishing machine? Never heard of it called a fishing machine before, but okay. Anyway, and okay, yeah. There's another ideas announcement, but that's kind of new sets, so we'll get to that as well. I also know that the Lidl supermarket had asked for some set in their play range. Okay, cool. Oh, it's very popular in Quebec. Okay. Reminds me of Tintin, which was, I know that's a big one in Europe as well, and I think Quebec as well. We were Dutch, so I had a few Tintin comics as well from like the early 70s or 70s. Anyways, okay, so Lego Japan had released a 2023 catalog for the second half with a bunch of sets in it. Now, I believe, yeah, there's a link. So it's 108 pages. We probably won't go through it all. And this is a regular PDF. It's not what I thought it could be. But I'm going to look at this later on. But what we will do is we'll pop it into chat here, the link for this. Hopefully this works. There we go. If anybody wants to look at it later, you can go through there. Obviously, it's in Japanese, but I don't know that their article has actually said that there's anything that's new that we haven't seen before. I mean, I know some of these pictures had leaked last week. Some of these, not these ones obviously, but some of the Star Wars sets that haven't been announced yet. I don't think Yavin's actually been announced officially. The Eggman, I think is what this guy's called. That set hasn't officially been announced yet, as far as I recall. The Marvel sets are all. Oh, there's the first look at the Marvel calendar for Advent, so that's probably new. The Advent calendar for Harry Potter. I don't think this jumbo jet has been actually been announced officially. I don't think I've seen this. The best picture I've seen of it so far. If it had a helicopter, you would have had Dave, but it doesn't. This Friends, I don't think I've seen this one. This Friends ski lodge and ski hill apparently too off the top of the lodge. It's interesting. Oh, actually, there's a whole bunch of Friends sets. There's another one with this quarter dome, but it looks like it's frosted. Interesting. Okay, I should have scrolled down a little further. The Friends Advent calendars here as well. And lastly, there was this new Technic set here. This one exists already, but this Audi, I'm assuming it's an Audi. What's the word? Rally car for like the desert rallies. I can't think of the actual name of it, but RSQ e-tron. And it looks like it's app controlled as well. But I think it's a rally racer for the Valhalla desert type races. So that was it for that one. But I'm going to leave that calendar up for my own viewing pleasure later on. Lego Icons of Play officially announced. They made an announcement for this new Lego Icons of Play set. I think we had this on last Wednesday. I think. Well, no, it's Audi because it's an RS. Yeah, it's an Audi car, which is the four range Audi. But anyway, and RS is one of their monikers as well. So yeah, there was this set that was leaked possibly when we were in our chat or slightly after, which is a new soccer set for Legends of Play. Is that what it is? Icons of Play. Oh, it's written right there in the box. With some famous soccer players, I'm guessing, or I don't know if these are famous soccer players. Let's see. Icons of Play set. We can now confirm it'll be released on June 6th, retail price of $100. It does feature 15 minifigs, 4 of which are some of the more recent football soccer players, such as Megan, Yuki, Sam, and Asat. So it's like a grandstand with a bunch of fans, a podium for the winning team, the coaches, place where the coach and the players that are not playing at that moment sit. Looks like a refreshment area for the players to get some drinks and an actual half of a soccer field. Obviously, by 2 of these, you have a little bit more playability because you have the full soccer pitch. I even said it right. I'm abstaining from talking about Ted Lasso right now. I'm just saying. But yeah, anyway. So is there an actual 15 minifigures? Is there a piece count? Doesn't look like there's a piece count on this. Sometimes the European sets, well, with the European sets, we don't get piece counts necessarily right away. Um, but there's some close-ups on the North American versions. We'll get piece counts. I wonder if this. I'm assuming this will be sold in North America as well, but it is possible that it might not because soccer is not football. I'm sorry, a football set is not as popular here that it is in Europe. This is football there. Silly me. And no one corrected me. Actually, you could have. Oh, well, you did. You did say this football set was so bad, only one team. And the Women's World Cup is coming up. Oh, okay. So, anyway, an interesting selection of figs, though, at least. So, it's a new set, new figs, more hair choices, more torso choices. So I did mention that there was some LEGO Ideas announcements. So the third round of 2022. There's 3 rounds in a year. This is the third round of 2022. So this was September to December. They announced 2 winners from those 30 to 40 sets, I think was the number. I'm not sure. We'll get to that. First one was Jaws, which I'm actually kind of happy with. I think it's a cool set. I like the boat. Brick built shark is pretty cool. And for those fans of Jaws, this is a fun set. What? No. What? Don't you have a wife to wine and dine? Or,
I got the best wife.
she's awesome.
Yep.
I will get to meet her. I've probably met her in the past, but I will get to meet her hopefully in Toronto and again in.
Yep.
Does she help out for Brickamani and stuff, or
No, no, not usually.
does she bring the kids?
Yeah, yeah, she did. She brought the kids this weekend. So,
Okay, cool.
well,
Cool.
I was actually with one of my kid
Yeah.
because I was actually
Yeah.
Jacob was attending his first show,
Cool.
and he really, really did give me a really helping hand. So
Awesome.
kudos to him. Yeah, he was there from the beginning. He helped set up the tables. We had an issue. Some of the people that I had booked to set up the tables for this weekend show, they had time issues and work issues, so they couldn't show up
Yeah.
at time. But Jacob was there and he helped out and he measured the arena. He helped place tables and
Cool.
and on the Saturday morning before the show opened,
Yeah.
he and I actually put up all the 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 barriers or
The
the the
stanchions.
the stanchions
Yeah.
for the displays that needed it. So,
Okay. Cool.
and
Cool.
all weekend long he was at our moon base explaining what was going on, and
Okay.
he actually put all the minifigs into my layout, and I never
Cool.
had that much storytelling with
Yeah.
minifigs in my layout because he actually went all in. So
Yeah.
it
Um,
was pretty cool.
yeah. My sister was making a comment last week in our group chat about how long it takes to set up my castle, and I'm like, it takes a day and a half because like a half a day is setting up minifigures because there's so many of them, and you have to populate your layouts, right?
Yeah,
And trying to put little stories in. I'm just gonna finish the Jaws set, and then
go
the other one that's coming out is a cat for your home. I just didn't want to leave that hanging there for so long that people who hadn't
a
actually looked
cat
at the internet
for
to
your home.
a cat for your home. So the Jaws set by Diving Faces, and the cat is by the Yellow Brick. So these are obviously not these are the fan versions of the models, so they will go through a design review from Lego. They will modify it to make it fit better with Lego standards and
But
stuff.
but the Jaws set is awesome,
I think so. Yeah. You know what they need? They need a sound
especially
brick.
the shark part, and yeah,
Yeah,
the shark part and the boat are both amazing. So
yeah. They need to put a sound brick in that when you press the button, it goes duna. And then if you
da,
press it
da,
quicker, then you can do the
da, da,
dun,
da,
dun,
da,
dun,
da,
dun, dun.
da. That
That
would
would
be
be fun.
funny.
Um, Uh, I can't get the Lego cat. The black dragon is the only master. I honestly don't get that reference at all. Um, but it's an interesting cat. I mean, the detail of it is pretty decent. So yeah. So how was your show? Now that I'm done talking about
Well, we did about, I think it was like 25 or 30% less visitors than we did last year.
that. Okay.
So well, first of all, it was a gorgeous weekend here in
Yeah.
Quebec.
I
I
believe.
mean, it was sunny.
Yeah.
We had 30 degrees up and the upward 30 degrees Celsius all weekend, and it was the first few days that we had these types of temperatures. So my daughter is showing up in the background.
That's cool.
So and and she helped out too during the show because
Awesome.
when I was picking up, she actually took the place of Jacob and she
Yeah.
helped me out picking up
Awesome.
my stuff. So, and yeah, so we did a little under what we were expected, but
Yeah.
we still did good. We
Okay.
still made some money.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
and it's not going in my pockets. Actually
No.
going
The
towards
book of money.
Bricomanie
Yeah.
and organizing everything.
Yeah.
So I think we're still good for Bricomanie. We're probably maybe we'll have to put some of our own money down just
Okay.
before the show, but uh, for right now we're still good. So
Cool.
hopefully we get more registration, more attendee registrations. So
Yeah.
if you want to
Well,
attend, we're up to
woohoo. Awesome.
50
Yeah. I haven't even
attendees.
looked at the numbers. That's
We
awesome.
so we're up to 50 attendees, and we had actually a boost because during the show I was
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
talking to everybody saying, "Hey, you got to come to Bricomanie. That's going to be the big show."
Yep.
And a lot of people responded, "Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna register." And go. So we had a little registrations going on after the show.
Awesome.
So
Yeah. That's great. I at my work we use Slack for communications for most of our company, at least the health side of TELUS, and there's a fun Lego channel that someone created a while back, and I'm part of that channel. So I mentioned in that channel this like last week as well that this Brick is happening in Bricks in the Six as well. So hopefully we get some people that are in the area or that are on that channel. There's not a lot of people there, but hopefully the word spreads a little bit that way too.
yeah.
Every little bit helps, right? So
I'm confident that we're gonna at least get 100 attendees.
yep,
I'm confident because we're already at 50%, and just we're not in June yet.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's awesome.
Tomorrow is going to be
And I mean,
June.
you only opened like a month ago ish too, right?
Yeah,
So um, you know,
so we still have time, and I'm very confident.
oh,
So, but
makes sense now.
the
Black
oh
Dragon is
like
his cat, is my black
oh
cat.
okay
Okay, so you can't get the cat because your other cat will get pissed.
hmm,
Gotcha.
okay uh yeah. But it was a great show because usually we get well over here in Quebec we usually accept people just displaying official sets
Yeah,
during our exhibition, but
yeah.
this weekend we didn't have a lot of sets,
Okay,
and those
cool.
who brought official sets, they were putting it into a context that
Yeah.
like with someone brought most of the pirate ships and
Okay.
some medieval castle, but he put them all in this like a scene. So
Yeah.
and
Okay.
he built around
So you
these
still
official ships.
customized it,
Yeah,
but put the sets in this.
and
Yeah.
another
Okay.
one brought all of the classic space sets
Yeah.
and all of the Blacktron one sets. So I mean,
Dave
it's a
has got.
collection. There's an interest there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like because people want to see that as well, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus
So
someone just taking a cafe
yeah, but
corner or a
there
box
was
and rolling it.
there were a lot of mocks, a lot of great mocks.
Yeah,
So and many people post, if you want to see what the show was about. Many people posted either videos or pictures into the Lego Fan Quebec Facebook
Okay.
group.
Yeah.
So you have to be a member, but it only takes a few minutes to register, and you can see all the gorgeous pictures. I
And if
posted the video of
mhm.
our moon base onto several Facebook group also,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
onto my personal Facebook page,
Yeah.
so you can see that also. And behind behind that, it was a great show.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you do sign up for that Quebec group and there's one of those questions about why are you here, just say David Sincere told me to be here. I don't know if you guys have that
Or
in
say,
there. You
or
usually
just say you heard it on Canadian Brick Builders.
there you go. Yeah. Yeah, you heard it on Canadian Brick Builders. Speaking of which, I did reach out to I don't know if you follow Brick and Brood on Instagram. He's just one of the people that's on there, but he's been doing a calendar of streams basically every day. He basically says who's been streaming, and I followed him and I've noticed that he's been doing like the Wednesday stream, and it's got Bricksmith who also well he's probably done streaming now. I think he starts at 8.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, Judge, he actually moved.
oh, he
Julian
moved.
said he moved
Yeah,
to
that's right. Yeah,
9.
yeah. He moved to 9. Yeah, yeah. So his is probably ending soon anyhow. But it has him in there, and I ended up watching. I was I don't know if you follow Cali Brick Click at all, the
Nope.
YouTube channel. It's actually really good. I enjoy them. It's basically 3 of them
Yeah,
that are always on
you
there.
talked about it
Yeah,
a few
and they
times.
usually have a guest. And this is like one of those tangent.
Tangent. Where's the
Yeah, I'm
tangent
getting my
banner?
tangent there. There we go. Anyways, they interviewed and I can't think of his name. They interviewed someone last week who runs a show on Sunday morning called Good Morning Brick World, and his name is at the tip of my tongue, and I just can't remember who it is. But anyways, so he was talking about their show, and I'm like, you know what? I've never actually watched that show, so I ended up going to the last episode that they had aired, and I watched through it, and they had a segment in there where they pull up Brick and Brood's. Like he's got his own little video he does that kind of highlights the shows for the week, and at the end of it, they said, "Hey, if you have a YouTube channel and you're broadcasting regularly, reach out to us." So I did. I did. We didn't make it into this calendar, but hopefully we make it into the next one. So we might get some more viewership out of that.
Cool.
Not that it matters, but it's kind of fun to have more people involved in
Like
chat.
and subscribe. Like and
Like
subscribe.
yes, it helps us get more viewers. Yeah, anyway. Um, so yeah, Brick Hive. Yes, Brick Hive. Axel's on there too. I saw his name pop up. There's a bunch of people that I recognized popping in there, and again, I just haven't had a chance to actually discover them. They air every Sunday morning at like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, why are you doing stuff on Sunday morning when you're supposed to be sleeping? Because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
doing too.
yeah, but
Sunday morning is the
catch them in
only the only time in all of the week that I can sleep
pretty
in the
much,
morning.
yes,
So
yeah. But anyway, so there's
because
that.
Saturday morning, I usually drive my daughter to choir practice, and
Yep,
then my youngest one Isaac has karate,
yeah, I hear you.
and during the winter I had hockey practice or hockey games, and
Yeah, TJ's in there as well. Doc, I've talked to him in the past. Amberly, I've never really come across her in my travels, but they're all at Brick World as well, as far as I remember. TJ lives in Chicago, so
if you can spot them in the 1563 attendees.
is that the current number? That was the last week.
Yep.
We'll pull that up shortly too. I think that's pretty much leveling off now because it's almost too
Well,
late.
you can go, you can still register, but you won't be able to bring anything. So
Yeah, pretty much at this point. Um, so yeah, there was that, and oh, and you were saying this week that or that you're driving everyone everywhere on Saturday, and that reminded me that this week I'm not really going to have a chance to build castle at all. I think um, my son's going to an overnight camp for cadets Friday, so Friday I'll probably have a bit of time to build. But my dad's coming over uh, on Saturday afternoon, so I'm gonna have to clean the house and stuff. So I won't have time to build. I'll just be too busy cleaning. And he's coming over because my daughter's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Sarah! Not like you'll ever see this,
happy
but happy
birthday, Sarah.
uh, and so he's coming over so that he can, see her as well. Like I haven't seen him since he since Christmas because they go down south. They go to Arizona for the winter. And when he came back, they went to the States again for a few weeks in May, I think. So we just haven't really gotten a chance to see each other. So I'll be picking my son up Saturday, and then Sunday is for the cadets. It's their annual, well, basically not the closing, like basically we're into the last few weeks of cadets, and they're doing their annual parade that happens. And it's a big one as well because I think one of the commanding officers, like one of the higher ups in the cadet ranks, like outside of our cadets, but higher than that, one of the higher ups is retiring and leaving, so
Oh,
someone else is taking their position. So they're doing a change of rank.
oh,
So it's like air cadets, sea cadets, and army cadets are all together in the same event. So they've been doing a bunch of training together on Mondays and stuff too. So I haven't been able to be in Old Grey Bricks that much on Mondays. But anyway, so that's all going on. So I probably won't get a really chance to build until maybe Sunday night. By then I'll probably be like, right. um, but
I have to do a lot of building too because after the show, I came up with like seven resolution or
yeah,
seven things I wanted to fix with my layout.
yeah,
Four bricks and the six because
yeah,
I'm bringing the whole damn thing to bricks and the
yeah.
six
Awesome.
and I first of all the first resolution was that after 3.5 years of being jammed into boxes,
Yeah,
the electronics did not survive the
yeah.
and most of the batteries had leaked into the
Oh, geez, because
electronics.
you
So
forgot about them.
yeah, I usually forget about them. So
Yeah,
so I have to redo the electronics. But the good news is that
yeah.
um, the connectors that I put into the tower,
Mm-hmm.
they work like flawlessly. So
Awesome. Oh yeah, the ones you did
so
last
yeah,
week.
when the last Wednesday when I was fixing my tower, I fixed
Yeah.
the electronic and it worked perfectly. So, and some Kellogg members actually advised me to change the battery boxes for USB boxes instead, USB power pack,
Okay.
and it's the same voltage. It's
Yeah.
well,
Just a
it just
longer battery life.
yeah, and longer
So
battery life,
that
and you can
good end.
just pull it out. And with the connectors, that's a whole game changer for me because
Yeah.
I can actually I don't have to build with the battery box in mind. I can just have a wire
Wires coming
run
in. Yep.
run, and especially since all of my moon base is on mills, I can actually run the wires through the mills
Yeah.
under the base and have all the power packs outside of the layout. So it's an absolute game changer. So I'm just gonna like cut the battery boxes that leak and just put in USB ports and
Yeah.
have USB batteries. And
And that way you
so
won't have dead batteries like someone. Anyway. Oh well, she's got something to watch later. It was basically me for the first little while. No, no offense, but it was basically me for the first little while chatting away. But hopefully I entertained. And then Dave was nice to join us. Thank you.
so
Um,
yeah,
it's funny that we were
And
talking
Lorena was
about
nice enough to let me join.
yeah, exactly.
So
So
yeah, and so that was the second fact that I took from the show.
mhm.
um there was one module that I didn't like in the first place, that had planned to do a third version because that's the second version. It's an ice planet type of
Yeah,
module, and I didn't like it. I had planned to redo it, and I was trying to set it up on Friday night, and it basically started like falling apart on its own. So
oh no,
I just took the whole damn module and threw it in a box and said, "That's it. You're out."
get out of
And
here.
I'm building. So that's my building priority for Bricks in the Six. I'm gonna redo
Yeah,
that module altogether because I didn't like it, and we were talking with Marc Andre, who was my partner in crime for this show, and
yeah,
Marc Andre was telling me, and I totally agree with him, that when you build modules early on in your a full career, or if you when you're building in early on in your a full career, you tend
yeah,
to build with like you're being cheap on bricks.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes.
So your modules or whatever you're building ends up being flimsy because you're trying to save on bricks. And
That
I'm
and
like,
yeah, I was gonna say also your skill level is not. You
well,
haven't built
it's
at
not
that skill
skill
level
level.
to.
It's more like, well, what am I shouldn't put the technique beam. I have so few.
Oh, you have a few of them. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So and now I'm completely the opposite. I mean, if I need a technique beam, I'm gonna put in a technique beam if I think
Yeah, yeah,
it's gonna reinforce. Like the module that I built for this show, the train station with the two levels, and
yeah,
it held up nicely and it didn't fall apart at all. So, well, maybe the top part, but that was to be expected because it was a little flimsy. But the
yeah.
building itself, it held together. I could pick it up and it didn't move like at all. So yeah, I'm when I'm rebuilding like structurally sounds and and to be displayed. So
Yeah. You mentioned that, and I was like, you know what? I just remembered I have a project to do, and that's why you'll see at the bottom. You'll see, Dave, at the bottom. I'm scrolling through a bunch of pictures. I had the same thing when I went to. Um, I did an event last July or August. Maybe it was September. I did a thing up in Barrie that was a fall fair type thing, and I brought it my Royal York Hotel. And as I had it out there, I'm like, oh, I have to fix a bunch of these little things that I've always wanted to fix and never got a chance to. So I took in a bunch of pictures of them, but I've never actually dealt with it. Okay, I just found the part. So I need to. I just found the pictures for that, so I'm gonna just put that off the back burner for now. But you reminded me, and I'm like, oh, I got to make a
so
note of that.
yeah, also I was looking at my train and wow, it's after all these years, my space train is still one of the most popular items I have on my layout, especially
Space
with
train.
young kids. Young kids look
Mhm.
at my train. Oh, look, the train is going! And I mean,
Yeah,
I think it's like 10 years old and it's
yeah,
still going and people still love it. But I was looking at the train and first of all, there's a lot of dust under there, lots of
yes,
Lego dust under there. So
yeah.
it
That's
would
normal.
benefit it like a nice cleanup. And I
Hmm.
was looking at the train and I was like, hey, I could swap some of those
Yep,
old parts for new parts
yep.
and
Make
you
it
know
more,
get
make
a
it more
more
interesting. Yep,
modern look
yep,
at it. So the
yep.
train probably needs an update and my space shuttle also needs like I need a better system to store it away because I was trying to store it away on Sunday and
Yeah,
it was late and I was like the last person there
yeah,
trying to put my moon base away and it fell apart on me the first time I picked it up and I tried to you know rearrange it so I can put it in the box and it fell on me a
oh,
second time. So I just like threw the whole thing in the box and said, I'm gonna do a better job packing this thing or
yeah,
reinforcing it. And so
yeah.
so
Makes sense.
I have a lot of work to do before Bricks in the Six, and I actually emailed the organizer. So Bricks in the Six, if you're listening
Hey,
either
Graham.
live or later on, I sent you an email saying, "Hey guys, it took me 9 hours to put my layout together. So if I could get first of all, if I could get an early start, that would be awesome. Because I know they said 9 in the last email that they sent us, but since
Yeah,
I'm going to be there, and I did ask them if I could just put my layout right on the floor.
yeah,
So because I did put it up on tables with tablecloth this weekend, and
yeah,
the tablecloth is just annoys the heck out of me. So
yeah, yeah.
and I couldn't reach in the middle of the layout because of the tables.
Yeah,
So if I could set it up on the floor, I think it would for one for first of all it would look better for kids because kids could look
yeah,
in the middle of the layout. uh, Second, it will be better for me because I could put things in the middle of the layout, and you know, and uh, yeah, I think it would like cut on the setup time.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
if I don't need tables, then maybe I can set up early because I
Yeah,
don't need table. Just give
yeah.
me the space. So
I think on from what I remember seeing of the schedule for the organizers stuff, I think they're originally setting tables up on Wednesday evening already. Um, so hopefully that way they can, like, if they get it all done Wednesday evening, then I think they may be able to open earlier for people to come in. But again, that's stuff that I have no say over. So
yeah,
don't hold.
we
But
don't
I'm
know.
in the same boat. I would like to get my stuff set up as soon as possible. I'm bringing my own tables even. So, and the fact that you want to set up on the floor, I don't think that would be a problem because then that they don't have to supply tables, and that's cheaper for them in the long run, right? Well,
Yeah,
too, from a
yeah,
show type point of view.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
Axel,
so
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure there's a YouTube tutorial or at least somewhere on the internet that would say how to make your model stronger using Technic. Um, so
Well, so so basically, and especially since I did 8 feet by 7.5 feet this weekend, and for bricks in the six, I did say that I was burning a 12 feet by seven and
yeah,
a half feet
yeah,
moon base, so it's 4 feet bigger. I don't think it's like that much more work to set up, but
yeah.
if I can
Well,
get an early start, and because I would want to like enjoy part of the show and just
yeah,
not just set up for 2 damn days, because
yep.
I
No,
know everybody's gonna. I know that many people are gonna come over and bug me, and while I'm setting
I'm
up.
not going to bug you that much. I'm going to be busy as hell too. No, I know you're not talking about me, but um,
Yeah, because well, that's usually what happens. I'm setting up my moon base. I have my ear earphones on and my music
yeah,
on, and people keep coming up to me and asking me questions and saying,
that's a good point. If I see you wearing headphones and listening to music, I'm definitely coming over to talk to you, just because. But yeah, I get that too, for sure. So, and I mean, for me, I'm also bringing a lot of stuff. Like I'm bringing the castle. I want to bring my space hanger, and I want to bring at least the Royal York Hotel. And I think I
"Are you
actually have a fourth
bringing
thing.
your mosaic?"
Oh yeah, the mosaic. The mosaic doesn't take long to set up. So I'm bringing four different things, and two of them are, well, I mean, the castle's the big one. The other two are like an hour each. Like the
Yeah,
other three are an hour each. So I might set those ones up first and then do the castle, or not. I don't know. I'll have to figure out how that goes. But anyway, um,
but and my last fact that I took from the show is that
yeah,
to do bigger, I have to do simpler
yeah.
because of
Or
the
custom
well,
boxes like Dave does. You pull it out, you plop it down, you're done.
yeah,
But
well, I was looking at the boxes that I brought for the show, and
yeah,
I had many vehicles still in the boxes, and like rovers and spaceships, and so
oh, stuff that you weren't even using. You mean?
yeah, stuff that I wasn't using. So
Yep,
if I bring mills, either just roads or just crater plates, and
yep,
just put stuff on them, I mean, I'm gonna do a larger setup, but it's not
mhm,
gonna take me that much more time. So,
yeah,
and
yeah. Makes sense.
that's gonna it's not gonna like add like 15 boxes to what I'm bringing.
Yeah, yeah. That's my pseudo worry with the harbor, the expansion on the castle, because I have to buy more bins, and I've got to repack everything as well because I've got part of the castle packed up. I've got the other part not packed. So uh, I'm gonna be I might be running over to like Walmart to buy a bunch of extra bins like the few days before. But anyway,
Yeah, that was actually my last question in the email I sent to Bricks and Essex, saying,
yeah,
if I set up on the floor, where are we going? Am I going to put my boxes?
I have a trailer. So worst
I'm
case
supposed
scenario,
I'm supposed to rent a trailer too, because I'm coming up with the
yeah, with the
family. So
family, yeah.
if I if I bring the family, there's no way in hell all these boxes are going to
Yeah.
fit in the
Well,
car.
and I mean, I if your trailer you're worried about like if you're worried about putting it into that trailer because it doesn't have all the locks and stuff. My trailer, I have locks on the front and locks on the doors and stuff. Like I have a
Yeah,
hitch
but you
lock.
have to like run back and forward.
Our trailers are probably going to be parked side by side because anyway, there's probably a place where all the trailers will be parked,
Yeah.
right? So, but anyways, we can figure that stuff out later. But
Yeah, well, I'm gonna wait for Bricks and the Six to answer my email. So
there you go. And oh yeah, because you're on the floor too, so you won't really have the table space underneath to put it. And I mean, same with mine because mine's so low to the ground. There's no table space underneath to put
yeah.
stuff. So I
Yo,
have to squeeze it in.
I asked if there was some place I could put the boxes,
Mm-hmm.
preferably lock. But if not, I could actually. I did ask them to be like next to a wall, so the shorter side of my display could be like up against a wall, and if
Yeah,
I have like a foot or two of space, I could just put the boxes in there and put a
yeah,
tablecloth or whatever.
yeah. I mean, uh, yeah, I would personally go and put it into a trailer or something like, just so it doesn't clutter the area. But there's also going to be a lot of tables around. So if you can, if you're close to someone who has tables that they're not using that space, you might be able to shove it under there. Um,
Well,
Again, I'm gonna
I
put
would prefer to have them either close by or
yeah,
lock in
yeah,
the room and
yeah. I'm gonna
forget
have
about it.
tables. I'm gonna have box with for my other stuff. My oh actually, ignore the bins on top, but the space hanger is right there. So that's going to be on a table as well, and I probably put those bins in my trailer also. So I'll probably have a little bit of room under a table. I can rent to you.
Well, I'm gonna
uh,
like you said, I'm gonna have a trailer also, so probably gonna have a padlock on the trailer and just put my stuff in the trailer. So
yeah. Um, I'm just reading this from Axel. Congratulations on winning the World Cup ice hockey. Too bad it was versus the U.S. Did we actually win ice hockey?
yes,
Yes. Oh, I thought last I heard there must have been a was it a multi-game final like playoffs or
I
'cause I thought I heard that we had lost.
no, we won.
Okay, I don't follow hockey that much, so
Well, I didn't follow the World Cup, but I know that we won, and I know
sure.
that the Canadian Montreal Canadiens goalie had a great tournament. So
Yes. By the way, I've been not saying it for a while, but now that you're here, Ted Lasso, it's done. But it was good. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it yet.
I saw episode 11 yesterday.
Oh, was that the new one? Was that the last one?
Yeah, well, it was the last one that was available yesterday. I don't know
Okay.
today, but
Well, it came in at midnight, so I don't know how that works. Um,
so
um,
you watch episode 12?
was it the final game?
No.
Okay, yeah. So there's a new episode that dropped last night. That's the
Okay.
final episode of the show, unfortunately. But you could tell by the last
Was
episode
it
that it
wasn't
was.
because my wife was telling me during dinner that
Mhm.
there was a chance it wouldn't be renewed. So
Yeah, well, it's not that it wouldn't be renewed. I'm pretty sure if they wanted to do it, they could. But the way the episode 11 ended, you could tell that this was going to be the last episode, just
okay.
because of the choices that are made. So anyway, awesome show. If you haven't had a chance, I highly recommend it. I was laughing and crying again, and after my son and I finished watching a bunch of movies because we've been doing like a movie marathon every chance we can, like watching a half an hour here and there. I've convinced them that we should watch Ted Lasso together. So because it's good, it's funny. Anyway, it's Chaselic, as
Roy
the Dutch
Kent
would say.
is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yes, yes. So, anyways, let's get back to the news because people that are there's maybe people that are we got 11 again. There might be people here that are waiting for the rest of the news, and they were like, oh, really? Anyway,
Really? They're
so
talking about Ted Lasso when they should be talking
Ted,
about
we're talking about
Lego?
everything. Lego. How dare we talk about Lego and not the news? Anyway,
So
uh,
back in
so
this week in the news.
thank you. Yes, I was complaining that I didn't have someone doing that earlier. But anyway, this week there were a bunch of Marvel and DC sets revealed. These are, I think, August releases ish. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
all of August first release.
See, and that Axel was waiting. Wait, you get paid to watch our stream? No one's paying me to make the stream or Dave to make. Anyway,
Uh,
so first up,
Are you
actually,
getting
this one.
paid, Jeff?
No, we don't get any monetary benefits. I'm going to just pass this picture because they usually start with the
Yeah.
I won't say the smaller sets, but they usually start with some of the sets. Anyway, so we'll start off with the Venomized Groot. So this is, I'm assuming this is from a comic at some point. Obviously, this isn't part of the MCU as we know it currently, but a $50 Groot figure that is also part Venom.
This is disturbing.
It's disturbing, but it's still adorable.
But it's
Why
still
is it still
disturbing.
adorable?
I mean, with the tongue and
it is a double build. You can build it as this partially venomized Groot or a fully venomized Groot. Venom is, for those of you that don't know,
this is disturbing.
Yeah, Venom is like a symbiote thing, like
Yeah.
basically like a tar thingy, not really tar, but give you an idea that attaches itself to people and turns them into monsters-ish things, controls them a bit. Anyway, but I kind of think he's still cute because he's Groot. Anyway, so yeah, this set's coming in for $50. I don't know that I'd buy it. I just think it's kind of cute. But it is very much, it's basically they've taken the Groot set and just basically did a recolor and added some parts on it, right?
But, well, it could be a nice parts pack for black parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I would give you that.
Especially if you're into like doing Blacktron or some kind of marks in those themes.
Yeah. So the next set is from the Spider-Man movie that we had earlier in the year. It's surprising it took this long to come out, but obviously
it's a little late.
It's a little late, but it's still a good set, so we won't complain. So the final battle Spider-Man set, $109.99 US, 900 pieces. So it is the Statue of Liberty. Now in the movie, the Statue of Liberty isn't quite the Statue of Liberty. So I think that's why this isn't sand green as well. Because the Statue of Liberty looked a little different. But anyways, it comes with an awesome array of figures, including 3 Spider-Mans, Doctor Strange, MJ, Ned, Green Goblin, Electro, and Doc Ock. Spoiler alert if you didn't watch the movies yet. There's 3 Spider-Mans in it. It also comes with a new bar piece that's got a curve in it, so you can kind of do some weird scene action, which is interesting. And it looks like a kind of a cool set, like for a play set. I think it's definitely got some playability to it and stuff.
Well, especially because of the minifigures.
The
assortment of minifigures that you get in the set.
Here's a nicer shot of it. It's just without the background. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this as a set. Not 100% sure if I would buy it or not, but
how much?
It's, 109 US.
It's kind of the on the expensive side.
900 parts though, and with that many figures, I mean that's.
Well, with the figures themselves, they justify the price point.
I was gonna say I think this is one of those buy 2, sell the figs off for the first one, and probably pay for most of the second one as well. They're redoing the Statue of Liberty with the Captain America shield. That's why I wasn't quite sure, because they didn't really say what was going on with that. And Ned has been in sets before. I'm pretty sure we've had a Ned before.
Yeah.
I think it would have been funny if it was a Ned holding a Lego Death Star.
Death Star, yeah.
Head or something. That'd be kind of fun. Next up, we have another Hulkbuster set. So Hulkbusters are the snow land speeders of the Marvel world. What was that other set? What was the set we were talking about last week? That was the land speeder of that theme.
Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. Hogwarts Expresses.
Yeah.
So Hulkbusters are the Hogwarts Express of Harry Potter. So this is obviously a 4 Junior set. So not much to it, but I guess makes sense to have a Hulkbuster for kids, right? That comes with an Iron Man fig and a Thanos. This one is,
and I'm kind of surprised you can actually put an Iron Man into that Hulkbuster.
Yeah, they had a 4 Junior piece that's just basically like this whole thing is just a hollow area.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those helicopter cockpits that they used to do in the juniorized world. Dave's now thinking about helicopters. And then another set here, a $99 play set. So 2 play sets, which is kind of interesting. This is the final battle from Endgame, but this focuses on all the females that were in the final battle and kind of like the team up against Thanos that they did, which I think is pretty cool. So this comes with Shuri,
Power
Valkyrie.
to the women.
Sorry,
Power to the women.
Power to the yeah, right, exactly. Shuri, Valkyrie, Captain Marvel, Oweni. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. It's been a little while for the Black Panthers Royal Guard. Wanda Maximoff, the Wasp in a mini doll form, and obviously Thanos as well. Um, and it's just toppling tower. Valkyrie has a Pegasus, or has her winged horse, which is kind of cool. And it's also built like you can see. This is kind of a closed off area, but you can also expand it into a wider scene. And it also has the van from Ant-Man that the quantum generator thingy is in, or whatever their quantum tunnel is in. And it comes with a rat, who's the real hero of the MCU.
Yeah.
Um, so, just saying. There's the van.
rat brought everybody back.
He did. The rat saved the world. All right, now we're moving over to DC. So this is interesting because they bringing out Batman and Joker chase set with a Batmobile that is almost identical to the Batmobile that's coming in the big shadow box.
Yeah, that actually surprised me, and I have to say, Jacob was telling me about this Batmobile that he saw on the internet,
Yeah.
and I didn't believe him, and I said, no, they're not coming up with a Batmobile. They have a brand new Batmobile in that big Batcave set, and
Yeah.
he, I looked at it today, and I saw the
Yep.
set, and I
This
was like,
for
I
48
was
Americans.
wrong, and I admitted I was wrong
Yeah,
to
it
Jacob, and I
is.
said,
Like I said, it
"I'm
is
sorry,
slightly.
buddy. You were right, and I was
You're
wrong."
right.
So
It is slightly different. So we could technically say that this is the first Batman movie, Batmobile, and the second
yeah,
Batman,
the
like that. They
1980 and
yeah.
1988. This is the 1989 Keaton Mobile,
Yeah.
and
The
then the
next one
one
is
in the
the
Batcave is the 1991, I
whatever
think.
year. Both Keaton mobiles, but
Yeah,
for both movies individually because they were very similar. So I mean that's how you could say it. Um, and sorry, Axel, I didn't catch the chats here. Yeah, sadly no lizard in the Spider-Man set. Uh, Thanos spaceship. Okay. Um, is the Thanos spaceship in one of those? Did I miss that? Oh,
Mm.
yes. Okay. The four
Oh,
juniors. Wow. I didn't even realize. Yeah, that would be a spaceship.
that's
New
a
Iron Man
spaceship.
figure.
Okay.
There's a new Iron Man figure in this set, or a different Iron Man figure. So, and yes, the Pegasus winged horse. I just said, but yeah, it is a Pegasus. Um, and no Flash sets. Exactly. We have a Flash movie coming out. I'm assuming that we will get a Flash set movie set at some point, but it looks like they're a little bit behind. I think maybe with the restructuring of DC, I don't know. Maybe I DC's we haven't had a lot of DC sets for a while, so I think they're kind of playing catch up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's a better picture of the Batmobile. And then there is
That
also
that is that Batmobile is actually on my to get list.
yeah,
So
I would agree. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Based on the picture though, there's a lot of single plates in here on the
yep.
side, which is kind of odd. I don't know if that's single plates or if that's like a brick with a groove in it, like like the
Profile
facet
brick.
profile bricks or something. I don't know exactly what that is. Just seems weird. And both Batmobiles did have that. Hey Shane, welcome. Uh, so many new things lately. Yeah, it's the time of the year. Also, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is coming. Yes, it's out this weekend, I believe. Lego is 3 years behind on the movies, pretty much. So there is this for Junior Batmobile as well, which
I think
comes
it's
with a
kind of
different.
cute.
Yeah, it comes with a different Joker mold.
If it goes on sale, I might like grab one.
Yeah, it is a different Joker. It's a different hairpiece.
Yeah.
Different torso too.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Batman one is different much, but. And then lastly, there's also a Batwing
On my to
set
get
for
list too. Also,
yeah for third. Did you buy the last one or the big one?
no, not the big one. No,
Okay.
I didn't buy the
Uh,
U. I try. I
thought about
tend
it.
to stay away from the all the UCS
Yeah,
stuff because,
it's a good choice. Yeah. Um, so yeah, the Batwing set
but
here.
the system set. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
minifigs.
it's Batman. I used to collect not all of them, but like with the older ones that came out in the early 2000s, I guess it would have been like the first round we had. I tried to collect as many of as them as I could, but yeah, this Batwing looks pretty cool. Also with the Joker.
I mean,
So
they redid the movie right there. So
yeah, pretty much with the moon scene. Um, so yeah, I mean, so I'm guessing that they're now going to be doing a different theme. Like the next time they do Batman sets, it'll be for the next movie type thing. Like this is obviously the first one with the Joker, so the next one will have Penguin in it. But they're kind of theming it to the actual sets from those
yeah,
those movies, maybe.
or maybe we'll get some Flash set
Well, for Flash sets as well, yes, for sure. All
and
right.
I mean, it seems to be like a great Batwing in that movie. So
Yeah, I've also heard that the Flash movie is supposed to be really good, even though we have issues with the actor necessarily. That the I've heard the early reviews are saying that it's a good darn movie. So it comes out
it
when I'm
would
in.
be a change for DC because
Well, yeah, well, but perfect timing too, because the DC universe is going to be changing again because we have it's under new ownership, shall we say? Um, go James Gunn. Anyway, all right. Next up, New Elementary. They did a review on a couple of the Monkey Kid sets. The first one is the Dragon of East Palace. Just kind of looking for parts because I haven't seen these. We did talk about the new head molds, the crab and the shrimp. It's kind of funny. Um, ooh, that's support in white. That's new. That's
hmm
the hydraulic support thingy that we have.
yep.
White L brackets, the white brick, half bricks. Oh, the new two high plates, brackets. Uh, dark turquoise parts. Gonna make this a little smaller just so it fits on the screen a little better. Bright green, the foliage, the new leaf piece, which I still haven't gotten any of those sets with that in there. Oh, this is a different bright green, dark green, sand green pieces. Ooh, the jumper in sand green. That's interesting. Bright red and red. Huh. So that minifig mold actually has a whole back on it, so it does kind of look like a shrimp when you lay it flat. That's kind of cool.
Cool.
Bright orange, flame orange, so underwater stuff, and then some of the
Under the
helmets
sea, under
under
the
the
sea.
sea. Dark gray, bluish gray, and black. Nothing
Batman, Batman.
medium stone. Oh, there's a new toe ball. Oh yeah, I heard that they had changed the toe ball. That
Yeah,
no longer has the divot on the ball. Um, so that's in here. Wow, translite blue, satin opal, translite blue, dark azure. Oh, so translite blue, satin slash opal translite blue, dark azure and medium azure parts. It's
can you
quite
tell
the
them apart?
yeah, it's quite the collection there. Sand yellow, dark tan, brick yellow. Anyway, so nothing's striking me as absolutely brand new, other than some of those minifig head molds, blue and bright blue. Just some new recolors, which is common, and the minifigures. Okay, they also did a review on Ninjago Temple, which is the one with the Dragon Course, which comes out in the next few days. Well, it comes out tomorrow. Um, so I
With
haven't seen
the
this piece,
balls,
but I have seen this piece. Yeah, anyway,
the balls,
um, the balls, the balls.
balls.
And as we had previously mentioned, it is a bigger ball because
Gonna
it
need a
is.
bigger ball.
So yeah, regular soccer ball. This is the Zamor Fear, and then this new
Big
one.
balls.
Yeah, Dave's trying to tell us something.
I'm
New
waiting
prints.
for someone to do a wipeout mock with the big balls.
Um, I know what Wipeout is, but I haven't actually watched it for quite some time. So, bunch of
You
new
don't remember
figs.
the big balls?
Oh, hey, we do. I feel like we've seen this, or was I maybe surfing on Instagram and saw
Yeah, I
this
think
there?
you were surfing on Instagram because we
Probably.
didn't review this.
Okay. Again, I'm not really. I'm just looking for new parts that could be interesting, and I'm not really seeing much um, in the way of new parts, which makes sense. I mean, they did have some new parts in here. It's just they're topics that we're not going to talk about because Dave's just going to get back into that a little rant about his balls. Um,
No, I'm not.
and then Brothers Brick. We have Horror the
Abhorrence. Abhorrence.
By Freddie Barendrecht. Even his name is hard to pronounce. So this, for some reason, I just thought of the spaghetti monster that Janie built years ago, which it isn't, obviously, but just kind of a cool little monster thingy. We also
He
have
was a mash. He was a monster
a
mash.
Pottery Studio in the Sky by Abe Fortier. Beautiful tree work in here. It's nice rock work and stuff. My Brother's Brick. Oodles and Oodles of Lego Doodles. This was just kind of colorful and cool. And all breaking out of a 2x4 brick.
Yep.
And lots of eyes. Way too many eyes. They're staring at me.
Cuckoo eyes.
Okay, Axel, sorry, just checking this. Yes, Lego Monkey Kid is Lego exclusive online only. So no discounts. You can get some of them on Amazon at discount.
Yeah.
But that's about it. And Amazon doesn't have all of them. These sets come out in the future for you and did come out in the past for me, yes. Because June 1st has already happened in your part of the world. And our sets, some of them don't come out to August for us, some of the city sets and stuff. So it's even more in the future for us. Oh, and Barendrecht is a place in the Netherlands. That's why I rolled my R's on that one. What's cooking in the kitchen? So I don't know. I seem to really like these kitchen style models or furniture.
Reminds me of your childhood.
Yeah, it looks cool. Just the part usage, using using the skate, the figures, the roller blades.
It's your
The
old
roller
chicken
skate
from the
piece
farm.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's what it is.
What else we got?
It remembers you of the. It reminds you of your days in the farm.
Yes. This one was just because today's my daughter's birthday, but it's everybody else's unbirthday, except for her cousin who has the exact same birthday, but she's 2 years older. Anyway, so this is the Mad Hatter. Bit of a bust of the Mad Hatter. Just thought it was fun, and it's on birthday. And second last one, Bionicle Builder at the peak of his powers. Instead of the peak, we don't give Bionicle enough love. But when you see some of the things that these guys build,
don't. But they don't deserve it.
They don't deserve it. Okay, so send your complaints to David Sincere.
At CanadianBrickBuilders.com.
Yeah, at gmail.com. Probably be able to find him that way. I don't know if that's how he writes his name, but we'll leave it at that. Anyways, but Bionicle, it's not a medium that I work in. I never try to. I barely have used any of these pieces, but this is cool looking for Bionicle. Just saying.
Yes, I have to admit it.
There are. Oh, I just want to refresh this page because, as Axel said, they are in the future. We can look at the future. May 31st parts.
Look at the future.
But look, June 1st. Oh, they haven't gotten up here yet. The database hasn't loaded yet.
Some future. So even if the future nothing works. What am I quoting here?
At the show.
What am I
quoting? You were organizing. Do you guys have Bionicle builders in KLAC?
We used to have one.
What'd you do to him?
Well, he went away.
Okay, fine.
No, I think he's still there, but I haven't seen him in a while. So
yeah, I was talking about earlier my Royal York Hotel, and I'm like, oh yeah, things I need to fix. I didn't have enough corner pieces at the time, so it's just these like a few little things that there's a plate missing here that I need to put back in, and this piece was missing from the model, and there's a yellow piece here instead of tan. I'm like, so, and that's the same thing, just to give me a place of where that is because I wasn't sure. So a few minor fixes, but it was just one of those that's like I got to make a note of that. Brick World is up to 1,590 people, almost 1,600.
Wow, that's way too many people. That's way Way too many people.
Facebook user Jeff has way too many missing pieces. Like, look at all those empty spots up there. Anyway, but that's what Bricklink and Bricks and Pieces are for. Yeah, 1,590 attendees for Brickworld. The cutoff is still not here. I think it's like the first week of June.
Wow.
June 7th something is, I think, the last day for cutoff or something like that.
Wow. And the convention start on June 16th, I think.
The convention starts on June 14th. Oh, on
Wow.
site.
So 7 days.
Well, okay, so online late badge purchasing closes on the 7th. You can go there and purchase a badge on site.
Wow.
So you can even show up the day of, and it's probably going to cost you a lot more than the current price. And you're not going to get the goodies. You might not get even the name badge or anything like that. Like you're not going to get everything, but
you're just gonna get in.
Yeah, Brickworld opens up on the Wednesday, Axel, at about noon or 2 o'clock on the Wednesday, and goes through till Sunday night.
So
most people hang in Sunday night.
It's a 4-day convention, but a full 4-day convention.
Well, yeah, 4.5 day technically. But the other thing is, if you don't sleep, it's an all weekend convention because they don't close that place.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know if you heard. Actually, hold on, I forgot one last thing. The Bricks in the Six one was 119, I think.
120 last time you checked.
119.
So someone canceled.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
because it was 120 last time we checked.
I thought so too. Yeah, and I think it was 120 a couple of times ago. So they're hitting a bit of a.
Hey, by the way, we're at 50 at Bricomanie, and I didn't even register yet. So,
if you don't register soon, there's gonna be problems.
No, I know the guy.
Oh, you know a guy?
Yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah, this is true. Actually, it is. You're 4:30 a.m. You're still awake. So yeah, you would enjoy Brickworld for that part. That was Davey. Jeff has missing pieces. That's who that Facebook user was. It was Davey. Hello, Davey.
Hey, Dave.
Anyway, so yeah, it's conventions are getting closer. I don't know if you caught earlier, Dave. Me and Dana are going to be rooming now for Brickworld Chicago.
Yeah, I heard about that. So what happened?
He was originally going to come with Chris Campbell, who he roomed with last year, and Chris had some surgery done recently, and he's not going to be able to make it because he's recovering.
Okay.
So Dana had a room for 2 beds. I have a room with 2 beds. So it's like, hey, why don't we just split a room and save some money that way?
So who canceled?
Well, Dana's actually canceling because he's flying in later in the evening.
Okay.
So it makes sense that I could get the hotel and then just give him the room key when he shows up, type thing.
Makes sense.
Dave knows a guy. He sure does. Mr. Codex, hello, hi all. Just got home. Saw some nice things about from a
convention in Sydney.
Oh, convention. Yeah, I was confused by that word. Convention in Australia. Yeah, there were a lot of shows this weekend. We're into show weekends or show season.
Well, so. we're getting into show period because most of the shows here in North America either happen in the summer or in the fall.
Yeah. In Australia, I mean, it's warm enough over there most of the times that they go all year, but they could.
And so as the southern tip of North America, so
yeah. So, but yeah, I'm like I was saying, Brickworld is what, 2 weeks away. Yeah, that's right. Because in 2 weeks I'll be in Chicago, and oh my gosh, I'm not worried.
And I'll be streaming.
Yes, you're gonna, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Well,
on the 14th, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll pop in and say hi.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to do, I got
around the room, and
I got my classic space mosaic done. I got the parts for my name tag, my at VW Bricks tag.
Cool.
I got them in, so I'm going to build that this week. I was planning to set this up today, my modular, my space base, and just run it all day while I was working. I just never got to it. So I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow and just fix up, like put the extra stopper, longer stopping points on it, and just let it run, and maybe put something soft on either end in case the train does fall off, um,
Need to
and
buy
see what's happening.
pillows.
Yeah, going to work. All right, have a good night, sis.
Good
Um,
night, Yvonne.
so David St. Sierra, one man CBD show in 2 weeks. Well, hopefully Countess will join him because Dave's not coming to Brick World. Although I have to say, July, July, what is it? July 24th. I'm just trying to get the week in July. July 19th will be an interesting Canadian Brick Builders. We might actually have to miss one because all three of us.
Or we'll pre-record it.
Oh, that's an idea.
We
Yeah,
could
maybe we can do that
pre-record it. We could like do it on
on Tuesday. Or
on Tuesday evening or Wednesday and Monday evening, and just air it on Wednesday.
yeah, we can maybe do that. That might work out well. And maybe we can do a quick live at some point or something on the weekend or something. Okay,
Sure.
Dave said he should be able to attend too, so that's good. So you might have to co-pilot there. So,
We're
but
taking over again. The Dave Show is coming soon.
yeah, it's actually scary to think that it's only 2 weeks away. Um, Again, I'm not
Oh,
stressed about building
well, you're
stuff. It's
ready because just
yeah,
bringing your mosaic and your hanger. So
yeah, exactly. And I'm like I said, I just want to test out the hanger a little bit more because the train fell off in Atlanta. So I have ideas on how to fix that. I just got to do it and build my name tags. Oh, I also have to order some magnets, the name badge magnets that they use for events. I found an Amazon store that has, or an Amazon listing for 10 of those. And I'm going to actually just stick them to inverted tiles, 2x2 inverted tiles, and stick that to the back of my signs, and then put the magnet on the other side of the drop sheet that covers the front, so I can basically just have my sign kind of in front
yeah,
of the table. Um, so yeah, I think it's just the fact that it's that close. I just never really thought about it until today. And technically, I'm leaving Tuesday night, and I'll stay at a friend's Tuesday night and then leave early because that's on the other side of Toronto. And then I'll just leave early that Wednesday morning and take my time driving down. There's a Bricks and Minifigs in Kalamazoo in Michigan that I think I'm going to stop at. Because even if I can find 3 or 4 more castle figures, like I'm looking for more castle figures because I know it's not that I need more. Well, my castle is growing, and I'm also doing the port side this time. I might do a farm on the other side in the next few years,
ooh,
which will be fairly flat because it's farmland. But that's one of the thoughts I've had.
are you
Um,
gonna put in a medieval John Deere tractor in there?
well, I still have to build the bouncy castle, the yellow bouncy castle. I need to put one of those in. Which reminds me, I should probably work on that. But anyway, we are surprisingly at an hour 42. I didn't think it would go that long. Thank you, Mr. Sincere, for joining.
Well,
Um,
thank my wife because she let me.
your wife is awesome, and you
She
should
is.
go upstairs and you should thank her. I'm winking in case you couldn't tell.
Thank her properly.
Well, I'm not gonna. I won't suggest anything, but you get what you need. Anyway, happy anniversaries times 3 to you
Yep.
guys. I think it's kind of cool that you first date,
Yeah.
first
First
moved
date
in together.
on May 31st, and then we moved in together on. Well, actually, there's another because we started dating on May 31st. The
Yes,
next year, on May
yes.
31st, she was leaving to work in Disneyland Paris
Oh yeah,
for 3 months. So she
that
left.
was the idea.
So she left for 3 months to work in Disneyland Paris,
Yeah,
and the year after she
yeah.
came back, we were moving in together
On the
uh,
31st.
on the 31st because I actually had got a job in Chicoutimi, which
Okay.
is way way out of Montreal,
Yeah,
and she came on May 31st. She moved in with me, so in Chicoutimi.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
and after
At
that.
that point, it's like let's get married. That date makes sense, right?
Yeah, we were in 2002. She because always told my wife that once she had finished cégep, which is like technical school here
Yeah,
in Quebec, just after
yeah,
high school. So
yeah.
once she finished, once she got a diploma, I would marry her.
Oh, so you're not going to marry her unless she graduates?
Yeah.
Nice.
So and she because
Funny.
when she moved in with me, she was still I was working, but she was still a student, and so I said I'm not going to marry you until you get your diploma, and she did. She did
So
get her diploma in 2002, and she was looking at the dates and said, "Hey, do you know that May 31st on May 31st, 2003 is ending up being a Saturday?" And I said, "Well, that's perfect." So
yeah,
we and so one I have to remember one day per
yeah.
year.
That makes life easy for you.
Yeah.
So technically, Beyonce got it wrong, and it should have been if you like it, you should have put a diploma with, or should need a diploma with it, or
Yeah.
anyway. So if you like it, you should have put a ring on it. Anyway. Anyways, now that that joke totally bombed, thank you everybody for being here. We've had a couple of times we got up to like 12 plus viewers, so that was awesome. And yeah, some happy coincidences for sure. So thank you everybody. Have fun, and we will see you next week. Week before Brick World. I think I'm gonna have a topic. Maybe not. We'll see. See ya.
Woohoo!
Bye. Oh, I almost said
Bye.
stop sharing.